realize this is one of the most coveted jobs in the National Hockey League, and I certainly feel fortunate to be sitting here today. I told Ken a year ago that with Mike's uncertainty, if Mike were to leave Detroit, that the Red Wing job was the job that I wanted most of any in the NHL. And I told him that there's certainly personal reasons for that. I was born in Detroit. My dad was a Detroit cop for 10 years. I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie. I was a Red Wing fan, an avid Red Wing fan growing up. It's a great city that I believe in. It's a great organization, Original Six. But outside of the personal reasons, the more important reasons were the people that are involved in this organization. I mentioned the great ownership of the Ilitches. Ken Holland as a general manager in the great management team that he's put together. I talked about the scouting staffs. But probably most importantly is the players. You can only win at the highest level. You can only win championships with great character and great talent. You can't have one or the other. You have to have both. And usually when you take a job, and I'm familiar with this, you're hoping that the group has great character. I don't have to hope at all. I know firsthand because I've experienced it. This group that we have here oozes character. They're led by three of the best winners, in my opinion, in all of sports, in Z, Pav, and Croner. They come every single day with an unbelievable work ethic, their attention to detail every day. They're extremely competitive, and they're selfless, and they care about team success equal to that of their own success, many times more than their own success. I can't wait to go to work with this group in the fall and try to work to win a Stanley Cup.
This has just been a process, and we've worked at it. And again, you know, my wife and I have had lots of conversations over the last bit that we're just going to do the very best job we can. We'll see what happens, and I certainly feel excited to be here. Well, I think one thing that eases the transition is the fact that a lot of the guys know my style, and a lot of the approach that we take isn't much different than Bab's approach. So that certainly, I think, makes it a little bit easier. We certainly do some things different, but from how we play, it's real similar. So that probably eases the transition. I don't know if easing in transition is going to help a lot, though. I think the most important thing is that it's hard to win. The difference is minimal, and so it's what you do every single little day. All those little details, that'll dictate whether we win or not. When you haven't been in the NHL and you come to the NHL, there's an off factor to the NHL. And once you spend time in the NHL, it's the best league in the world. It's got the best players in the world, but it's another hockey league. And you realize over time, and I certainly realized during that year, the principles of coaching remain the same at every level, and certainly the NHL is included in that. I spoke a little bit with Luke Glendening the other day. I was just having a conversation with him, and we talked about how important those little habits that we like to practice all the time, they're just as important in the NHL as they are in the American League.